Guys, deluded Guna. Of course, Arsenal are not in the Champions League. We've had a good run. We've overachieved in that aspect and qualified in some seasons. We really should have missed out on it. Yeah, man. For a lot of people, it's the first time they've ever seen Arsenal not be in it. We haven't. We don't take this competition seriously when we are in it. So yeah, you could argue there's no point being in it. We didn't ultimately qualify and perform good enough throughout the season. That's why we're in the Z list, B standard competition in the Europa League, the one for failures. So we hold our licks and we go again. It's not just us. Every other English club's been through this at some stage. Spurs fans definitely know how it feels to not play Champions League. Liverpool have not have missed out before. United have missed out before. Chelsea have missed out before. So yeah, we hold our licks, and you'd like to think we go again. I know that's very pessimistic. The most pessimistic of Arsenal fans can be forgiven for not thinking if we're going to get top four. But yeah, we might as well talk about the other sides and in the competition and the English sides. And yeah, like I said, regardless of being in it or not, you're gonna pay close attention to the Champions League, whether you support Barnet or Accrington Stanley or Bayern Munich. You're gonna yeah, it's the biggest competition in the world, cup competition in the world. So yeah, let's get into it. United definitely got the best draw of all the English sides. Lindelof has a return to Benfica. They've got CSK Moscow. They should be thumping them at home. Away, that could be tricky, not because of the quality of the side, no disrespect to them, but because of the atmosphere. It can be very partisan, very intimidating. The weather's not going to be very kind. The pitches aren't necessarily the best. The players normally try and kick lumps out of you. By them sort of times when them games come around, typically you see there's numerous other competitions, so the squad is going to be stretched. So yeah, that's one of them you're just going to have to grind it out. But other than that, I think they've got Basel, who are, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, has beaten them before. But 9 times out of 10 with Jose, you really think these are sides that they really should beat. United's group looks pretty cool in my opinion. Next, you've got Chelsea. I think Chelsea have got Atletico, so that's depending on what Costa's done. I mean, Costa's signaled that he wants to go back to Atletico. Don't know what's going to happen in that regards, but that makes for an interesting one. It'll be interesting to see Simeone against Conte, two very great managers who set up their sides fantastically defensively and who put a real art on this. Put a real onus on the art of defending. So from a neutral, I'll definitely be watching that game, especially away from home, because I'd like to see how Chelsea set up in that game away from home at Atletico's ground. So yeah, that would be fantastic. From a neutral's point of view, they've got Roma. Roma, people are going to underestimate them. You'd like to think they're going to get third to get the Europa League spot. I believe that's still how it goes. You'd like to think Atletico beat them, but they're not anyone to be underestimated. They've got some decent players and they do some little bits. So yeah, you'd like to think Chelsea go through, but yeah, man, you'd like to think Chelsea go through, but you can't really take anyone for granted. They've got Kat Yarabag. I hope I've said their name correctly. The fact that I can't say their name correctly says it all. To be honest with you, they should be thumping that side regardless of whatever side that they're under 18 should probably be beating that side. So yeah, Chelsea and United are probably cool in that aspect. Liverpool, their group, in my opinion, is a bit more trickier purely because I don't believe they have the squad of Chelsea or United. They're going to go against Seville, who they have history with Seville. You know what they did in Europa League. Champions League, I believe they lost to Leicester. But they're still a good side with some good players. And away from home, if you're Liverpool, at home if you're Seville, that won't be an easy match by any stretch of the imagination. Liverpool, if they perform well, and turn up and get Anfield rocking, as you've seen, they can definitely get out of that group. But it's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination, and they're going to have to improve defensively. They've also got Mariupol United group. They should be thumping them. Spartak Moscow, similar to United, the away tie should be a bit should be tricky. But Liverpool should be getting through in this, to be honest, whether it's first or second, in my opinion. Next, I believe the other group is Monaco, Porto, Leipzig. I don't even know the other. I don't even know the other sides, but that group, I'm gonna pay close attention because that's a hipster's dream, to be honest, for some hipsters. But I'm gonna watch it because there's the likes of Naby Keita, if he's still there, the Monaco players, Telemans, etc. The Porto has got some little good players coming through and players from South America that they get for peanuts and then they're worth millions. So yeah, that'll be a good group to watch. And next you've got Juventus, Barcelona, and Sporting and Olympiacos. That's going to be a good little group. Again, you like to think the two sides in Juventus and Barcelona front them. Sporting not going to be an easy game, especially at their place. These sides in the Champions League always do something. Olympiacos, they should be winning that game. Like both Bayern Munich, Barcelona, and Juventus should be winning that game. Group F, I believe. City have Napoli, Feyenoord, and Shakhtar. City, they should be getting through, but Napoli's a very good side. They play very good football. Their system is very good. You see it, Martins and Hamzik and all of these players. I know you people watch them. Like, it's going to be a good game, man. It is going to be a good game. It's going to be good to see City in Naples. That's going to be fantastic from a neutral's point of view. You'd like to think City get through this because they've got Shakhtar. Shakhtar, like, you see the theme of this. These away games are kind of booky, people. They're kind of booky. Like, if you win, you can win, but external factors make it tricky. So they've got Shakhtar and they've got Feyenoord. No disrespect to Feyenoord. They should be beating Feyenoord. But again, all of the things I've said, typically in the Champions League, upsets happen, surprises happen. No one is to be underestimated. But City should be going through that group. Every English side should be optimistic about getting out of their group, apart from Spurs, in my opinion. But really, Spurs should have some sort of optimism. They've got Dortmund, they've got Applewell. Every other side in that group should be winning that. That should be a non thing, in my opinion. Not underestimating them, but that should be a non-thing. They've got Applewell, they've got Real Madrid. Boy, Real Madrid, they've won it twice, trying to win it on a third time. Bale returned, well, not really returned because it's not White Lane, but Wembley, complete side, arguably the best side in world football. It's not arguably, they've won the Champions League and retained it and have a chance of doing it for a third, so it's undisputed at this current stage in time. They've got Dortmund in it as well. I believe Dortmund, people are overstating Spurs versus Dortmund in the sense that people are behaving like Spurs do not have a chance. Dortmund are more suspect, that didn't make sense, are more suspect than people believe. Yes, they're still a brilliant side, and if their side does get depleted for Dembele and players like that, it will be hard. But they're not Real Madrid. Like, Spurs, if they turn up, they have a chance. But that being said, I do think Dortmund beat them. I do think Poch is going to have to really fix up in the Champions League, because Spurs did fantastic in domestically, but he was a bit dodgy in Champions League. It felt like he was resting players for the league campaign and things of that nature. And you saw how they performed in their group. They didn't really set a light, so they're going to have to personally look from their failures of last year. So it could be a tricky group. Like I said, upsets happen. So yeah, but if I was a Spurs fan, I'd be somewhat pessimistic. That's not because I'm supporting Arsenal and I'm biased. That's just, I would be pessimistic. Look at the two sides in there, especially Dortmund away. That's not going to be easy. And Aubameyang, you can just see him running in behind now, to be honest with you. But other than that, all English sides should be fairly optimistic about the Champions League draw. So yeah, I think I've even missed out. No, I didn't. I said PSG, right, guys? I hope PSG win it for Neymar. To be honest, there's a couple sides I wouldn't mind winning it. Arsenal are not in it. Don't really care who wins it. But yeah, it's going to be fantastic from a neutral's point of view. Just watch the Champions League, see what players are performing. And if there's any players potentially that could make a difference to Arsenal, then you might see videos. Can't rule anything else out, as Wenger said. Guys, Deluded Goon, I'm signing out. Thank you for watching, of course.